ABC Lions Den basketball community, which at you again with more content. And I got to be honest with y'all. I told y'all I could see this potentially happening. I've been saying this since the beginning of the season. Everybody was all heavy on. Yeah, excuse me, I eat my sweet potato this morning. Everybody was so big on Spotty Mitchell and the Cavs, and me too. I think they're a great team. I think they're fun to watch. And I'm gonna get to what Ticket said about JB Bickerstaff in a minute too. Um, and I had a feeling that lack of experience was gonna come back to bite these boys on the behind, man. And I saw it happening potentially. I said they could come out of the West if it came down out of the East. If it came down to, or they could get to the Eastern Conference final. But I never thought they would be able to beat Boston. Not because I thought they were better. They weren't better. I thought they were a better team. I just thought it was gonna come down to experience. And yeah, oh yeah, that could happen, man. We'll get to that. Knicks Wolves finals. It could be Knicks Thunder. Hopefully not Knicks Nuggets. But I said that I thought that this was gonna come back to bite these boys. I had a feeling. As much as I didn't want it, and they didn't. I'm gonna talk about Boston in another video. I told you like those guys were frauds too. But it came down to experience, man. And one of the biggest mistakes they made was you don't sit out during the playoffs unless you absolutely can't walk. You have a bad toe, you can't sit out of those games. And they learned a valuable lesson. 3 key players out early in the series, and really when the pivotal game is when it happened. And I was like, yep, they sealed their fate, We lost both games at home, go down 0-2, come back, win 1. And I don't think they got what it takes to win both them games on the road. And I was right. And the games got split, and now they have a death sentence. It's 3-1. It just, just bad. I mean, just critical mistakes on the basketball court. But the biggest kicker was those injuries and just the way they responded to the injuries. Not being available. Thinking that Spotty Mitchell could carry it, and then in game 2, he did everything he could to help his team. I wouldn't ask for no more than what Spotty Mitchell gave. He gave you everything he had. But the lack of guys being available, then all of a sudden late in the game, Tyrese Halliburton got hot late, and he hit the shot, heard around the world. They at the buzzer. They ended up winning the game by 1 point. And that's kind of been the story of the series. Cleveland can't keep a lead. Yeah, MJ, I can't wait. Yep. To the GOAT returns to his home, and that's in the NBA where we all miss him. We miss real basketball. But I was starting to feel sorry for him until I watched Ticket's video, and I forgot. Because I was like, those boys will be back, man. They ain't got nothing to say, hang their head on, shame and all this. But then I started thinking about how did Kenny Atkinson get there? I started thinking about it. And Ticket TV brought up something that I didn't even think about, was JB Bickerstaff. And how a young black coach once again ends up on the outs of a team, and he ends up not getting a job that he probably deserved to keep. And all for Kenny Atkinson, who and what's sad about it is Spotty and them played a role in him getting. I don't care what y'all say. They played a role in JB Bickerstaff getting fired. He will restore the game back to the pure. Yep. That's it, Reg. That's it. Yep, I can't wait. I don't know what he's doing, what capacity. I think they said something about He's doing game coverage. He's an announcer, something like whatever he does is gonna be great. Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player that ever stepped on the court, ever laced up a pair of sneakers. But it's for what's happening, man. I see you, Brandon, the real man. What's going on with you, dude? So, basically what they did, I think it's turnabout's fair play. I think what goes around comes around. The organization, they did him dirty. Got rid of J.B. Bickerstaff, brought in a coach they thought was going to be better, and look where it left them. I think that's where they ended up last year. Did they end up out in the second round last year, too? J.B. might have took them for how far did Cleveland get last year? I can't remember. I almost think they was out. Somebody let me know in the comment section. Didn't Cleveland go out the second round last year, too? Fool's gold, yeah. Somebody let me know. When did Cleveland get eliminated last year? I feel like it was around this same time. Just like J.J. Redick. He comes in, and he loses in the first round, too. And he didn't even, and this is his first year. And Darvin Ham, yep, sure did. I thought so. And then Darvin Ham, took him to the finals, the conference finals the first year. What did J.J. Redick do? Out in 5. You know what I'm saying? And y'all said, well, this ain't about race. Yes, it has everything to do with race. These young black coaches, they get politics out of their job, and now it come back to bite them. Yeah, y'all, get them likes up. That's right, Chase. Get them right. Y'all smash that like. But I don't feel sorry for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They got what they deserve. You want to be dirty to a young black coach, cost him his job, all this kind of stuff, when he didn't deserve to be fired. If he wasn't putting up on the court, if Darvin Ham wasn't winning games, I could see. But you're talking about a man who got you to the Western Conference Finals. Got you to the playoffs both years you were there. Because you listen to these pompous, arrogant jerks, like Donovan Mitchell and all these prima donnas like LeBron James and all these people that want to get coaches fired so they can bring in the coach they want. And it's ironic to me every time they remember for a coach, it's somebody who don't look like them. So you go figure. So I don't feel sorry for them. I think turnabout's fair play. Whatever cliche you want to put there. You reap what you sow. That's a scripture. Insert whatever analogy, scripture, cliche you want to put in there. This is karma. And Cleveland don't have no experience. I knew this was going to come back to bite them. Hopefully they'll learn from this. Go back to the drawing board, because if you like me, you know this thing's going to be over in 5 games. So let this be a lesson learned. You don't skip playoff games when your team is depending on you. Now Spidey, they talking about him sitting. Now these guys in this era are just weak, man. It's just, I don't understand these guys, man. These guys don't want to go out there and compete. They don't want to fight. They don't want to stand on their laurels, man. This is just an example of today's worker in general. These youth, they want everything handed to them. It's sad, man. Don't want to work for nothing. So, it's an example. All right, y'all. Brandon Love Sports TV. Shout out to the LDBC Lions Den basketball community. I'll be back to cover the Boston series, and Boston's done till they're finished. They're going to be out in either 5 or 6. All right, I'm out, y'all. Peace.